All right, here we are with Fnl Crypto, and today we're going to talk about what is cryptocurrency. Just welcome to cryptocurrency for those of you that don't know diddly squat about cryptocurrencies. This is the place to be. So we're going to get you some basic understanding of the language that goes with it. Just try to wrap your heads around it. We talk a lot about at Fnl Crypto the folks that are invested in their native currencies, US dollars, euros, British pounds, yens, yuans, whatever you got, a lot of it's really hard to understand an alternative because you've been using that staple currency your entire life, most likely. And now that there's a whole world of digitally traded assets that are becoming quote unquote currency, we have to stretch outside our cognitive box to understand what is this? How do I wrap my mind around it? So here at Fnl, this is a self-taught thing. We're trying to help educate people that don't have the information they should have. And a lot of those people are United States residents. And this is, when I say self-taught, Fnl is a peer-to-peer sharing group. And our collaborative efforts have brought us to the front doorstep of a lot of valid information. And as we're sharing that information with our fellow Americans, we're finding out that the people are like, what? Even financial advisors are saying, oh, I'm not interested in that asset class, which, as we just mentioned in our sessions, that's a wise decision for a financial advisor, because before we go into it, we need to know that cryptocurrencies are of the riskiest asset class. They are volatile, they are new, a lot of them are in their test phases, and we're going to learn a little bit today about how they are decentralized and autonomous. And something that's decentralized and autonomous will have a level of risk to it that we are very unfamiliar with as humans, because, well, in my lifetime, everything seems to be connected. Got a ticket, and I got a ticket in 1990 something too that showed up on something recently, and I said, wow, this is amazing how everything is recorded. And that was back during Web 1.0 and the beginning of Web 2.0, which is going to help us today as we look at what is Web 3.0. Well, Web 3.0 is something that is taking shape as we speak.
Looks like I'm out of commission.
David.
I don't know what I did.
I can hear you, David, but I just muted you for just a second. It sounds like you're fixing your computer. He's got a new computer. David's going to help us on Thursday. That's a great segue to talking about David. Thursday at 4 o'clock, we're going to talk about decentralized exchanges and wallets in our digitized session at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And David's going to take you through the hardware wallets again, which is one of the most secure places to store your cryptocurrency. So as we talk about cryptocurrency throughout the week, if this is your first week with us, please don't just jump on and say, what do I buy today? I want you to go through and figure out, because none of this market is running away from you. It's too new. There's going to be plenty of opportunity for you to invest if you choose to do so. Okay. Trading's not for everyone, and not everyone's for trading. Let me get some screen sharing going here. Goodness gracious. All right, here to look at our Fnl Crypto Schedule. I'm going to put myself in presentation mode. Oh no, there's music on the presentation. Let's turn that off. All right. So here's a look at our schedule. Today we're doing Welcome to Crypto. We have, we'll segue into knowing about decentralized, the decentralized applications and decentralized finance that is being created to change the face of the internet and how we interact with each other, how we transact with each other. I'm always leery of that transact word. It sounds weird. And then tonight, as you can see down there, we're going to talk a little bit about DEXs, decentralized exchanges. And those are the places where these cryptocurrencies that we talk about are located. And where you can buy, sell, exchange, store, stake, hold, hodl, H-O-D-L. Ooh, so much terminology. So, and as you can see, there's lots of stuff going on throughout the week. This little calendar can be found at fnlcrypto.live under crypto sessions. And this will be a changing, evolving thing. We have stuff coming to this schedule, including knowing about airdrops. Airdrops, see, way over your head. So let's get started with FNL. Welcome to crypto. Hey, get back here. Welcome to crypto. This is for the newbies, and if you're not new, I encourage you to sit in on it anyway, as you may have bypassed some important information and just bought Bitcoin or Ethereum. You might be getting in over your head at this point. So what are cryptocurrencies? Anybody want to take a, give me their definition without Googling it? Anybody? No. All right. We got about 19 people in the room, and trying to involve them in our little session. Cryptocurrencies are simply, well, not simply, most difficultly put as a contemporary, this is our definition, but it's the best difficult definition, a contemporary class of digital assets that use cryptographic blockchain and smart contract technologies to enhance the operation and security of the user-to-user exchange of goods and services. That's a mouthful. And so we've broken that down into one more way of looking at it. What are cryptocurrencies? They're types of digital money created from computer code. That sounds way more of a 5th to 9th grade level, which I like. They are considered to be decentralized and function autonomously, which in essence means outside of traditional banking and government systems. Okay, so non-custodial, just no one's monitoring it that we know of. Oh goodness, sounds kind of scary as we talked about the risk. And there's over 10,000 of these different cryptos right now that make up the decentralized blockchains and their ecosystems that are being developed and launched to upgrade the way the world will do business on the new Web 3.0 Internet of Things. All right, Web 3.0 Internet of Things. Now, what is the Web 3.0 Internet of Things? Some people are familiar with this, or they can at least say, I can conceptually see where you're going with this. It's easy. The Web 3.0 is going to be like a new paradigm shift that will change how developers make new websites and how we use those websites. I like to think about it going backwards, like there was a Web 1.0, now we're using Web 2.0. So Web 1.0 would be very basic, would be like your dial-up type stuff, very vanilla. It was made for just a few million users, and most of the content was just published. It was read-only web content. There was about 100,000 websites created during that time. And the Web 2.0, that was more like over 100 million websites, and more like 60% of the content was published. And then 40% of the content was created by users. So it changed things tremendously as Web 2.0 took shape. And we were able to do things like upload and download. It was a read-write web where we could upload, download, we could stream. We started to be able to stream things live in real time with very little delay. And so Web 2.0 was that. And then you get to Web 3.0, the new Internet of Things. And basically that's, they're working on making a read and write web that has artificial intelligence that enables users to generate the majority of the content, and not just users, but billions of users. And there will still be published content, and that's what's being worked on right now, is the published content to get us all started. And it's going to be exciting. Web 3.0 can be described as, and we're gonna go into Web 3.0 in a session more detailed, but think of artificial intelligence. Think of 3D graphics, 4D graphics, possibly moving towards holographic. Think of augmented and virtual reality, okay? And think of it as a semantic web or an omnipotent web that's always there, okay? That's what they're working on. I'm not trying to tell you it's what I want. It's what they're doing. They're just making sure that the access is always there. and that we're all tied together through smart technology. The concept started in '83 with an American cryptographer, of course. This is just a little bit of research we've done. I'm sure that people could contest this. David Chaum introduced eCash in '83. Now, I never heard of eCash, so obviously it maybe didn't take shape, but it was a way of transacting on the internet in a nutshell. And it didn't really take hold. The first one to take hold wasn't until maybe after 2009 when Bitcoin launched. It was the first mainstream thing, and still to this day in 2021, June of 2021, it's some people, a vast majority of the people around the world have only heard of Bitcoin as the only cryptocurrency. Maybe they've heard of Ethereum. Maybe they've heard of Dogecoin. Well, the exciting thing is that we're going to teach people about Bitcoin so they can get their mind wrapped around that, because to understand cryptocurrencies, you have to understand Bitcoin, as it's the first one, the first layer of blockchain to actually do what it was forecasted to do. And what is that, you say? What does it do? People always ask me, what does it do? Well, what is it first before we think about what does it do? It can be best described as an open source, distributed public ledger, proof of work, blockchain, and digital cryptocurrency. Everybody say that with me. Ready? It can be described as an open source, distributed public ledger. We'll make that into a song, I think, or maybe a rap song. No, I didn't hear that, Lori. I like that, though. I'm getting private chatted right now, people that are already asking questions about the validity of Bitcoin. And like I said, if a person holds the hard-earned majority of their assets in some other native currency, to part with that asset that you've sweat, bled, broke, whatever you've done to achieve it, who knows? I'm sure the more you have of it, the more you've done to achieve it. It's going to be very hard for those folks not to wrap their mind around the validity of blockchain technologies like Bitcoin, but it will be hard for them to part with their fiat currency to take part in cryptocurrency. Okay, it just will. We talk about that also with the, what is it, the vaccinations. Okay, there's going to be 60-70% of the world vaccinated soon, and it's going to be hard to talk those people into not having a vaccination. There's going to be a separation between the non-vaccinated and the vaccinated, and it'll be our next level of hate crimes, maybe. Not racism, but vaccinationism. Is that a word? Vaxism? Let's call it vaxism. We're going to make that word up. All right, back on track with our Bitcoin and our cryptocurrency. Thanks for tuning in. Fnl Crypto. We keep it real, we keep it live, and we try not to script any of the stuff that we talk about, because we're real people doing real stuff with digital assets, and we trade futures, cryptos, options, all kinds of stuff. And Bitcoin is amongst one of the most interesting, as it is in an asset class that would rank it in the top 10 companies in the world by market capitalization. To understand Bitcoin, you got to understand how it's made. You don't have to understand all this to buy it, but you need to understand how it's made, mined, making its way into the hands of users all over the world. That's something that I would definitely learn about. And so to help you learn about that, you can come here and we'll help you. So you can have the power of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Full disclosure, I own no Bitcoin, zero. Actually, that's not true. I have a fractional Bitcoin left in one of my crypto wallets, and there's like $1.27 worth, US dollars worth of Bitcoin in that wallet. So, okay. So I don't own zero Bitcoin, Nidge, but I don't purposely own any Bitcoin. And anyways, that's not what this is about. But the world wants to know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is as we said, blockchain technology that people that basically have set the precedence, and it's open source, like we said, so people can learn how to use that code, that technology. All right, so to dive deeper into Bitcoin and to take your money and turn it into Bitcoin, please do not do that. There are plenty of places that you can do that. with the push of a button on your cell phones, on your laptops. They're making it very easy to exchange your fiat currency for Bitcoin. They're not making it easy for all the other asset classes or all the other crypto assets. So just don't just dive in. Maybe learn more about it, and you can do that with us at Fnl Crypto on Wednesdays. We start off the day just going into a deep dive on Bitcoin.